And we are live for our first game on the Saturday evening. First of two. We've got the Northern Hawks and the Longobarda Futsal Club rounding out starting our Saturday fixtures. Definitely an interesting encounter we've got on our hands. I'm going to be joined by co-commentator Jake Paul in a second, but I'll quickly run through the team lists. For Northern Hawks, we've got Daniel Fumato wearing, interestingly enough, number 7 in goal. Ches Houston, number 5. Batim Ziba, number 2. Devin Rendell wearing number 10. Lukman Said, number 26. Michael DeFilippis, number 9. Callum Bredemeyer, number 3. Vincent Longo, 22. Adriano Jelenovic, 53. And Nishan Aligoda wearing number 11. So they've got a big team list. Looks like they've got 10 on the squad. And for Longobarda, we've got starting Bruno Di Gregorio, Shaz Ramley on the ball now, Sharazam on this near side, number 6, and in goal we've got Rahimi. So I think an interesting encounter. Longobarda haven't had a great start to their return to the Futsal Supa-Liga, and as we're saying that, off the line by Ches Houston, Bruno Di Gregorio almost went through everybody, but as we were saying, Longobarda haven't had a great start back to their life at Supa-Liga. I think they may be 1 win, 1 draw, and 2 losses. The Northern Hawks, the only team to have won every game, but they have only played 3, where some teams have played 5. So it's an important game for both teams. Longobarda will want to get a win and get their march up the table going, and the Northern Hawks will really want to get a win and consolidate themselves back at the top of the league. I say that a win wouldn't take them top, as the West Coast Cobras got a win last night, so they're on 13 points. A win for Northern Hawks will take them to 12, but they'll have a game in hand, so it's all to play for. And this is only round 5 of the Supa-Liga. We've got another 6 rounds to go, so it's going to be an interesting game, that's for sure. Ches Houston, after he's cleared one off the line, he could have scored that one, and we've got some player watch going on. Batim Ziba in the number 2. He's got a fresh pair of Lunagardas on, so we'll see if he's wore them in the week. Shaz Ramley on the ball now, coming forward. The number 15, the captain. As we say every week, he boasts outdoor professional experience, so he's invaluable to the Longobarda boys. And on the bench, we've got Massimo Basola. I believe he's wearing the number 10. He's one to watch when he comes on. We'll make sure to point him out when he steps on the court. Michael DeFilippis now at the back. Ches Houston wearing the number 5. Some favourite for the MVP. And we'll see if he can get out of this one. He's been pressed high by Ramley. Longobarda going for a full press. And obviously without Coach Greg Farrell, I'm not sure if he's watching at the moment. We'll have to see how they fare. I did have a chat with the boys before the game, and they think they'll be just fine. So we'll have to see. I mean, I've been talking to a few people around the futsal centre. As we said, that's Vinny Longo, the toe poke, and I've had predictions, and we've got a few people predicting an upset. I'm going for a 3-2 win for Longobarda. I think it might just click for them today. They've been hard to beat in pretty much every game, and they've always been competitive. And what a save that is by Rahimi. Michael DeFilippis caught that one well, and Rahimi with a good split save down to the right-hand post. It's a great save by Rahimi. Ches Houston here on the left. Goes back in his right hand. That goes just wide. Northern Hawks peppering the goal early on as the subs start to roll for Longobarda. That's Basolo who's just checked in. You'll see him now on the bottom hand of your screen. The number 10, the left-footed wizard. He's played in Serie B. And that's a loose giveaway there. Batim Ziba battling hard. Ziba gives it back to Longo on the right end. It's another good save by Rahimi. He's been called into action plenty of times already, and we're only 3.5 minutes in. Rahimi again. Vono Drain coming forward, the number 8. Basolo looking for a drain. That's a bad pass. Basolo not happy with that one. You may have heard the scream of agony in Basolo's voice. Houston, Longo, that's a great first touch. Gives it to Ziba. Tim Ziba blasted over. The ball from Longo was probably just a bit behind Ziba. He couldn't quite take it into his path. Rahimi rolls out to Audrain to Basolo. Again, Basolo gives it away. Houston all over it. And if we're looking at the early exchanges of this game, it's going to be a Northern Hawks win, and I'd say a big win. Unless Rahimi can keep up the form he's had so far this game, all game, but that's definitely a big ask. And Yusuf Berrian, that's his first play of the game, blasting it into the stands. And De Philippus with a kick-in violation. Farrell won't be happy. He'll be tearing his non-existent hair out online. Basolo comes forward. It's a great ball to Berrian. Oh, didn't really know what he was going to do with that. I don't think he did either. Vinny Longo looking to calm it down slightly. Houston to Rindell. He's just checked in for his first minutes. A fan favourite, Devin Rindell, and a referee's nightmare. That's 2 falls for Longobarda now. So just having a quick scan of who's on the court now. Lukman Saeed's just checked in for his first minutes, the ex-West Coast Cobras man. I watched him play 2 weeks ago against the Phoenix, and in my opinion, he was the best player on the court that day. So he started life at the Northern Hawks rather swimmingly. We're hoping to continue that form. And as we say that, we've just bigged him up, and he's given the ball away there. Berrian with the side ball to Basolo. Basolo off the left, and that's gone wide for Mardo's first touch of the ball. It's a good throw out to Rindell. Rindell on the volley. I thought he might go for a shot there. Looked like he was never quite in full sprint there. Rahimi rolls it out to Basolo. Longobarda, obviously very comfortable to just play it from the back. They want to make sure they don't get caught short. Longo, good interception there. Longo, the only man yet to sub out on the court. Oh, look at Saeed on the volley, just wide. I think that was a good save by Rahimi. That's probably 6th or 7th save of the game. So great start from the Longobarda shot stopper. And I'm now joined by Jade Paul, who's finally graces with her presence. Good evening, Jade.
Thanks, Luke.
So,
like you just said, it'll be interesting to see the shots on target for the Northern Hawks stats at the end of this half. Or the end of the game, rather. I don't know if you can see it at halftime.
100%. I mean, it's been all Longobarda. Sorry, it's been all the Northern Hawks. I think Longobarda haven't actually registered a shot yet.
They are putting a lot of pressure on high, though, and if they can just clip one of those away, Longobarda could change the look of the game.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting, both teams have got full benches, 5 on the bench for both teams, so there's no reason this game can't just go 100 miles an hour the whole time. There's Jelenovic. He's just checked in Rahimi again. He started very well, Rahimi, and Jelenovic, the number 53, hasn't quite hit the heights of previous seasons. Probably this time last year, he was probably the best player in the comp, but he had an injury and he's not quite hit his form yet, but it'll only be a matter of time. And this is Castillo, the number 11. I think only 16 or 17. It's his first game in the men's Supa-Liga A. The game is end-to-end. Lots and lots of shots coming in all over the court. That was Jelenovic. He gives it back to Saeed. Rindell, one-on-one with Sharazam. Rindell with the step over. Well, double T there from DeGorio, and Costello one-on-one with Saeed. If he can find Basolo, he has. Massimo Basolo on the toe poke, and very well defended there by Callum Bredemeyer. He did well there. Basolo just stabbed at that shot, and it was well blocked by Bredemeyer.
Like this, no matter how many shots you get on target, if you can't put any in the back of the net, can change very quickly with just one goal from Longobarda.
Yep, you're not wrong, Jade. You're not wrong at all. That's the insight you can come to expect from our co-commentator, Jade Paul. Rindell goes long. Great ball. Saeed. Rahimi again, and he's going to win the goalkeeper's ball. That was definitely...
Looks like Saeed's gone down with an ankle injury there.
Yeah, hopefully nothing too serious, as we were saying. He's had a great start to his season. So it looks like he needs some attention for Tim Zeba. I'm not 100% sure what he's going to do, but he's running on the court, so maybe he knows. Yeah, Physio Batim is on the court. Hopefully Said's okay. Jelenovic is looking concerned on the near side. He's up and about now, so hopefully, for the game's sake, he can continue.
No, it probably wasn't a contributing factor, but Said's shin pads seem to be covering about 1/3 of his legs there.
Yeah, well, I can't say anything. I'm probably we're about the same size, but nothing wrong with that, Jade. If you're that quick, they can't catch you. So just looking at the comments we've had in the live stream, Michael Middleton's predicted a 6-2 Hawks, and it's probably not a bad shout Midzi. I mean, unless Rahimi can keep up the heroics he's done for the first 10 minutes, we could be on for that. That was a giveaway by Ramley. Said looks like he's just going to be okay to continue. Bredemeyer to Jelenovic. It's given away, and that's Idris, I think, the number 20. And Jelenovic has given that one away. And just some more comments. Dan Famato, John Giacopo said, is Dan Famato wearing a hat? No, his head, it really is just that shiny. Shaz Ramley on the near side. Switches now to Idris. Idris to Ramley. Ramley, he'll look to control this game while he can. It's a good first ball. Idris, that's a good first touch. To Sharazam. Longobarda, this is what they need. A bit of, well, just to keep a bit more possession and make Hawks work just a little bit. As we say that, Idris gives it away. Jelenovic mops up. Bredemeyer, and this game seems to just taken a step down. It was quite a frantic start, especially from the Northern Hawks. And Longobarda are a team full of live wire players like Sharazam and Basolo. They play on pure adrenaline. So I think this game couldn't keep at the same pace it was. Idris looks up, gives it, and that is a miscontrol. Said to Houston. Bredemeyer is being pressed hard by Idris. He could sit in the middle. Shaz Ramley! That's a great finish over Dan Famato's head. That was a great finish by Shaz Ramley and Idris. Very unselfish play. Getting the ball. We'll see if we caught this one in the instant replay. Let's have a look. We didn't. We caught the replay. If anyone wanted to see that, just rewind a few seconds. That was Jade Paul's fault.
My apologies.
Yeah, she is doing a bit of a multitasking at the moment, so we won't be too harsh on her. But if she misses it again, we could be on for the sacking. So Northern Hawks, they'll be annoyed, not rattled, but definitely annoyed. They're not used to being down. Obviously, haven't lost a game this season, and I know there's a few punters around here that would love a Northern Hawks loss, and I'm definitely one included, as unbiased as I'm supposed to be. And Rahimi, another good save.
I do feel like that's very on brand for the Northern Hawks, though, to look like they're dominating a lot at the start of the first half and then end up going down. And I have seen them come back in the last few minutes of a lot of games last season, so you know that they don't stop fighting until the very end.
Yeah, they do play their way into the game, and this is Deshaun Alagoda, the 16-year-old's first minutes on the court. Houston, he was looking for Alagoda, Basolo, and I don't know if you can hear on the live stream if it's picking it up, but the Longobarda boys on the bench are up and about this game. They're loving it, and they're loving that they've got a early goal. I'm just going to momentarily get the league table up and see where Longobarda are sitting. So let's just have a look.
Ooh, inside gets around one.
Yeah, I think they were claiming for a pass back, not much in that one. It was well defended. But there's a 2v1 at the top here. It's gone over Berryon. This has got to be a goal. And
oh, Jelenovic could have done better with that one.
yeah, he had Said in the middle. He just needed to square it, and he'll rue that missed chance if they don't score. And they'd end up losing this game. So we're having a look. We've just got the ladder in front of me now. Great ball there from Basolo back live. And oh, Drain did well with that. Famato heads it out with that shiny head. Jelenovic flicks it to Houston, and Forno Drain does very well there. So having a look. Longobarda they're fourth. Sorry, they're not fourth. They're sixth with 4 points. So a win here would actually take them into the top four for the moment. Obviously, Alliance have got to play. Sorry, not Alliance. Andinos have got to play so they can overtake them. But this would be a great win for Longobarda, and to get them back into the top 4. They'd be over the moon with that, but obviously a long way to go. We've still got over a half left, and Houston takes a drain. Send him for a hot dog there, but well recovered there from Berrien. As you can hear, Coach Batim Zeba, standing Coach Batim Zeba, I should say, wants Saeed to have a sub. He's played well while he's been on. But good to freshen things up. Saeed skips past, and a free kick's been given. That was probably a good call from referee Malako. Saeed subbing off here.
Doesn't look very happy about being subbed right before
And
the free kick.
he's actually kept himself on. Houston to Jelenovic. He was looking at the back post. Pasolo did so well there, and what a ball that is from Audrain. Pasolo was never in control there, but he's done so well. And it's going to be a Famato ball. Rolls it out. I thought he's going to roll it to Houston. He's actually gone long to Zeba. But Tim Zeba did well there. It was a bit of a looping throw. I think actually Rahimi did get a touch on it. Referee Campos doesn't agree with me.
Bit of miscommunication in the Hawks' defence there.
The Longobarda defence. Ramley to Sharazam. Sharazam to Audrain. Moving the ball well, Longobarda. Not really feeling the pressure, it looks like. Tagorio flicks it out. And as I say that, maybe he was feeling the pressure and he's flicked that out and almost hit Jade Paul in the head. DeFilippis looks up, gives it to Houston. Houston, back roll to Zeba. He's put him in a lot of pressure, and Zeba did so well there. I think a rolling foul is going to be given, but Houston left Zeba a bit short, but Zeba did well to recover, and he's still battling here, Zeba. DiGregorio was looking for Ramley, and if this is going to get given as a foul, it's not. I thought there might have been something in there. I mean, Longobarda are on 3 fouls and 4 minutes remaining. Probably not going to get into any foul trouble, but I don't know about you, Jay, but I feel like this first half has flown by. I mean, we've played 16 minutes, and Hawks definitely won't be used to being down, especially in this position, going into half-time.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes, it looked like the Northern Hawks were going to claim this game very early. And they've found themselves behind. And they are struggling now to get any shots off for the last 6 or so minutes, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I'd personally get Devin Rindell back on. I mean, he hasn't played much. I think maybe only a few minutes. Ramley tried to go for a professional foul, and it's now we're going the other way. Ramley, it's a 3v2. Idris is going as well. Houston intercepts that, but we're going to see a rolling foul. Shaz Ramley probably looking not to get a yellow there. It was just a blatant kick off the ball, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Idris is being pressed hard by Alagoda. It's a good ball. Franco, good feet. Gives it back to Ramley. Ramley's probably just going to calm this game down a little bit. It's getting a little bit frenetic again. To Philippus and Rahimi again. So well he's done. Rahimi, the goalkeeper for Longobarda, I'd say he's made upwards of a dozen saves. Alagoda to Houston. Houston with the Elastico, and well blocked there by Sharazam. So if it's not Rahimi, it's Sharazam, and if it's not Sharazam, it's Ramley. Both, all the Longobarda boys willing to put their body on the line at the moment. Zeba did well there. Ramley couldn't get much on it. Frankel, and it's fallen to Zeba. Idris, it's getting a little bit scrappy. They just need to get it out here. And he has, and that's a good way to relieve some pressure when you sell for side ball. Longobarda, I'm very impressed with how they're defending. I mean, I did say sometimes they do look like they leak a few goals, a few easy goals, and I don't think they'll mind me saying that. But looks like their defense is on point today. And we've got a timeout here from Northern Hawks as Coach Batim Zeba looks like he's called this one. So, if Greg Farrell, if you are watching, give us a comment. I want to know what you think of how the team can improve. Looks like Annie Leyland is watching, as she's just give me a message. She's loving the commentary. Having a look at the stats. Just having a look at the stats here. So, I mean, it's looking fairly, it's looking fairly one-sided in terms of the stats. The possessions come a little bit more even, but Longobarda have only actually had 2 shots so far this half, and Northern Hawks have had upwards of 12, and I mean that's just sometimes how futsal is. Luckily for the Northern Hawks boys, they've got a full half to recover from. So I have to see what this brings us. We're into the last 2 minutes of stop clock in the first half. Rindell's back on, so the Northern Hawks have heard my call. I wanted him on and he's come. We'll see if he can bring anything into this last few minutes of the first half. And Basolo skipped past Zeba but overran the ball, and De Philippus can go here. They've got a 3v3 if they can use it, and they've elected to reset play. Rindell goes for the shot. I just don't think anything long range is going to beat them. I think they're going to have to work it a little bit better. De Philippus to Rindell.
Yeah, Longobarda are doing extremely well defensively, compacting that middle and blocking any of the Northern Hawks shots out.
Yeah,
Definitely what's been keeping them in this game so far.
Literally like that. They're being patient in defence, Longobarda, and waiting for Northern Hawks to just get impatient. Solo, that was a good ball. Vorno Drain just couldn't get enough on it. Longo. It's Vinny Longo, gives it wide to Rindell. If he can switch the ball, Zeba's on. He elected to go back to De Philippus, and great save by Rahimi.
Just when we were complimenting Longobarda blocking up that middle, the gap opens up for a shot from De Philippus.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of miscommunication. We've got a 2v2. Basolo's got to take him on. Oh, and it was unlucky there from Basolo. I mean, and in fairness there, Northern Hawks weren't exactly rushing to get back. I mean, Zebra and Longo were kind of just having a stroll, and De Philippus and Rindell did enough, but that can be dangerous, especially with the quality of Massimo Basolo. That was a waste from Yusuf Berian.
And I think this is where the Northern Hawks are going to miss Greg Farrell, because if he sees players running back to defend like that, just jogging slowly, he would definitely be dragging them from the court.
Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you, Jade?
I absolutely would.
Zeba give that away, and it's given away through the middle. Basolo one-on-one with De Philippus again. If he can switch it, Berian's on.
Again, the Northern Hawks, Longo and Zeba just walking back to defend.
So,
in a 1-0 game.
18 seconds remaining. Longobarda have got a timeout, and we won't be going to an ad break just yet, because I think we're going to have to talk about what we think Longobarda is going to do with this. I mean, 18 seconds remaining. They mainly won't want to concede and go into the half with a lead, a slender lead it'll be, but a lead nonetheless. What do you think they can work from here, Jade?
Look, I think Longobarda are going to talk about what set piece they want to play, but of course the Northern Hawks are also going to be talking about defending the set piece, so it's probably unlikely that they're going to score in the next 18 seconds, but as we said earlier in the game, the picture changes every second, so you never know.
Yeah, you really do never know. And that's just the great thing about futsal, isn't it, Jade?
Is the most exciting thing about futsal. Will be interesting to see. I feel like Greg Farrell, if he was here, would probably go 5th man from half-time for the Northern Hawks at 1-0 down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't, well, even given it a go. I mean, I know Farrell's not here, but it's the exact same players, and they've been playing for him for years, so there's no reason they...
I think surprising as well is that the Northern Hawks haven't really been putting a high pressure on Longobarda. They've been letting them receive the ball nice and deep in those areas with no pressure and time and space to play.
And as we say this, could Northern Hawks spring a counter-attack? This would be devastating for them, and Rindell to Zebra, and it's gone in! And what did we say? Longobarda just didn't need to concede from the timeout, and this is exactly what they've done. 1-1, 7 seconds remaining. And after all their hard work, it's been undone from a Longobarda free kick. Been undone. They had the simple chance. It was given away. It was a waste, and they're going to be kicking themselves. But look, to be honest with you, 1-1 going into this stage of the game, especially with Northern Hawks, who, to remind you guys, are the only team to have a 100% record this season. You'd be fairly happy with it. I'm sure they would have bit your hand off it if they'd said that before the game. And just going into the half-time now, we'll... Adriano Lenovic, he's happy with the Longobarda timeout, and
I think that is the risk you run, taking a timeout just before a set piece. You have time to organise your set piece, but the defence also has time to organise themselves. So there's no chance to catch them on the back foot.
Yeah, I think in times like that, you don't really need to sort of do a set play that's risky when you can give it away through the middle. I mean, it was almost just probably better off just going for a blast, and, you know, if it goes wide or it's saved and it goes out for a side ball, you're either going to keep possession or you can reset and get yourself back behind the ball. But like that, in transition, it was a 3v2, and Northern Hawks 9 times out of 10 will make you pay.
The Northern Hawks, of course, almost missed that opportunity. Betim Ziba controlling the ball with his belly and just sneaking in behind Raheem.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm just having a look. Some more comments on our Facebook page as well. Greg Farrell has said, let me have a look. We need to move the ball quicker, move off the ball more, and get people to the far post and sub quicker. So we'll have to see if any of the Northern Hawks players maybe check the phone at half time. I'm not sure it's in the, you know, laws of the game, but we'll have a look. Actually, saying that, I've just realised that I think that might be Ches Houston's father.
Yes, that is Ches Houston's father.
Has come over and he's going to give some insight. Maybe he'll stay on the bench for the second half. We'll see. Oh, it looks like he's back off. Maybe he's bringing himself on as he's walking onto the court. So there we go. Looks like we are back, ready to go. So starting for the Northern Hawks will be Jelenovic wearing number 53. Longo on the far side, Rindell at the back. Ches Houston wearing the number 5 on our near side. Dan Fumado in goal. And for Longobarda, we'll get to that in a second, as could have a quick counter-attack as Basolo off the left. That wasn't too far away. So Basolo, Idris, Bruno Di Gregorio, Rahimi in goals. So, what are we saying, Jade? I did predict a 3-2 Longobarda win before the game, and I guess that is still on. All predictions are still going. What do you think this second half's going to bring us?
Well, it's a bit hard to judge at the moment. I feel like both sides have kind of just settled into the game. It's not looking like either side's dominating at the moment. The Northern Hawks, of course, are keeping the possession, but the shots are just not getting anywhere near the goal. They're being blocked way before they even get inside the D at the moment. I think Raheem's stint of making all those saves at the start of the first half has ended. The Northern Hawks are going to have to be a little bit more smart about how they break through the Longobarda defence.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, as we say that, Longo, he could finish that. And it's just gone just wide. That was a great ball from Rindell. And to be honest,
Farrell's point about getting to the back post might stand. No one there to tap that one in.
Longobarda, I mean, they defended so gallantly in that first half. They just want to make sure that even though they've conceded, nothing changes. Because you play that way the exact same way they played that first half, and they will get something out of this game. And, I mean, for people that don't watch this regularly, a point against Northern Hawks isn't easy to come by. Longo gives it to Rindell, and Longo still battling for it there. But if you haven't seen Vinny Longo play before, he's probably one of the hardest persons in the league to get the ball off. So difficult, especially when he's in full flight running. I mean, I know he was with us at the West Coast Cobras last year, and I was really sad to see him go. So what our loss was the Northern Hawks gain. As we see that, he's improved his defensive game as well. It's Basolo, gives it to Ramley. Ramley to Sharazam. Sharazam switches the play to Shaz Ramley. So Longobarda just calming down a little bit again and trying to get a bit more possession. Nice parallel there from Basolo.
Longo.
Again, we're saying his defensive work rate's been good. Basolo tries to go past Jelenovic, and again, he's still got it. Oh, so unlucky there from Basolo. I mean, again, it didn't look like he was actually ever in control of the ball.
Well, I don't think his team thought he was either, because between all three of them, not one player went forward to support.
Yeah, they were just a bit of ball watching there. And Basolo's got to get behind the ball. Looks like he needs a sub. Basolo, obviously a bit of a veteran of the game now. I dare say he's 33 or 34, so your legs do start to tire a little bit easier, but you can see the quality is still there from Massimo Basolo. And so it's been a pretty cagey opening few minutes for this half. We've had probably one clear chance each per team. But nothing doing as of yet. Longo to Jelenovic. Jelenovic to Houston. Houston to Rindell. Looks like he's back on. And he gives it away. Sharazam, good idea there. Danfamato, such good
cool
composure.
As a cucumber.
Yeah. And this should be a goal. It has to be a goal. And oh, it's rolled up Longo's foot. Gives a bit of a bobbly ball to him.
He almost had time in that position to touch
Take
and
touch,
still take
yeah.
the shot.
100%. I just don't think.
I understand
given that communication, yeah,
the thinking behind it.
You snatch it a little bit. Sharazam mops up again. He's a good little player, Sharazam, the number 6. I think only 20 years old, but he's such a live wire to the Longobarda team, and defensively, he's always there. A few weeks ago against the Scarborough Sharks, played a great 5th man. And Vorno Drain, he did so well there. Bredemeyer coming forward now. Ramley gets his toe to it, or Drain doesn't want to get caught there. Sharazam, it's a heavy touch. It's a dangerous ball through the middle. It's been mopped up by Bredemeyer to Longo. It's a good first touch. Not less to say about the second. And Famado again. Looks coming out of that goal and looks controlling probably the whole half of his court. So, I mean, if the result stays the same going into the final, well, I dare say last 12 minutes, I think Northern Hawks may pull out the old 5th man card. As I'm actually sure if Farrell was here, he'd have them up and about doing it right now. Or Drain. Oh no, Drain, Drain's done well there. Famado. I mean, Dan Famado, not a great pass there, but you can see how comfortable he is with his feet. Probably only Michael Dudek is as comfortable with his feet as Famado is. And if you tuned in last night, you would have seen that. Bredemeyer to Houston. Houston being pressed hard there by Castillo. Houston feels no pressure. Jelenovic to Houston. Houston switches it to Alagoda. Alagoda to Bredemeyer. He's got a lot of time. No one really closing him down there. Houston. Houston to Alagoda. That's a great first time ball. This would be a great goal. And another good save by Rahimi. Another rolling foul given there against Longobarda. It's only the first foul of the half, so they won't be feeling too. And what a save that is by Rahimi. Again, I'd be saying he's getting close to 20 now. Famado gives it to Jelenovic. I think the only thing that's going to cost Northern Hawks now is going to be the finishing, because they're definitely going to have the chances. Di Gregorio. He was beaten there by Bredemeyer.
The rolling foul's been given against Longobarda there.
Yeah. I think Bredemeyer got past Di Gregorio a little bit too easily there. I think Di Gregorio probably needs a sub. He's played this whole first 6.5 minutes, and it's no easy, especially when you're defending and defending so intensely. So he needs a sub, I'd say. But it's his club, so who am I to tell him what to do? Bury on.
I think in the same vein, the Northern Hawks probably need to take Jelenovic off the court. He's been on for the entire first half minutes, and just as I say that, he's stepping off for Michael DeFilippis.
Yep, so DeFilippis on, Jelenovic off. I mean, Jelenovic has had a few golden opportunities this game, but you have to find the back of the net. Solo. What has actually impressed me about the Longobarda, other than the defensive issues, is they've actually managed the subs, I'd say, other than Di Gregorio. They've managed the subs quite well. They're keeping Massimo Basolo fairly fresh. He's doing a 3-minute stint, playing very intensely, coming off and repeating. So we'll see if that bears fruits for the Longobarda. Saeed gives it inside to Bredemeyer, so Saeed's back on as well. Bredemeyer, he gets caught in possession, but it's fallen to Saeed on the right, and Nishan Alagoda. I don't know if we'll count that as a back post tap in, but Alagoda got something on that, and that'll get credit as his goal, but it was a great ball to the back post. I'm not sure if Saeed was looking for him, but nevertheless, Nishan Alagoda, the Colgate kid, right place, right time. Solo. Di Gregorio, and I dare say that might be that, because Longobarda not really had much going forward. to Gregorio. He looks like he's going to give it to Basolo. He chips it over the top. Basolo on the volley, and I think that might have actually gone out for a side ball. Yeah, it has. So it was a good idea from Longobarda. I quite like the set play. Basolo just couldn't wrap his foot around it. Fumato, great ball forward, and that would have been something special from Alagoda. But there you can see the quality of Fumato with his feet. Basolo down the line there. That's a loose touch, and Zeba's one out. Oh, well defended there by Basolo.
Yeah, I think the best way that Longobarda is going to beat the Northern Hawks defence in this match is going to be the quick transition from defence to attack. Once the Northern Hawks have settled into defending, it's very difficult to get through them. And as we know, we saw in the first half, when they're in transition, the Northern Hawks do tend to be a little bit slow, a couple of them, and they make mistakes.
Yeah, they can get, I wouldn't say lazy, I'd say complacent on the ball sometimes. So they've got to make sure that doesn't happen, as this is, you get them games where you're versing a team that's not as good as you, and they're the games you've got to win if you want to win the title. And obviously Northern Hawks were just pipped last season, so they'll want to get back their crown. Great save again by Rahimi. Zeba to Saeed, Saeed to Zeba. Zeba back to Saeed, playing their own little game. And it's come back to Saeed, and he just puts that one over the top. But again, you can tell Saeed seems to add something just a little bit extra to the Northern Hawks that maybe they were lacking in the past. Solo was a good ball down the line. De Philippus did well. This is Ramley, he's just checked back in. The Longobarda captain. He looks up, gives it to Idris. Idris to, he's probably dallying on the ball a little bit there, and Basolo has been intercepted. Rindell, and it's come to Zebra. He's got to score. Idris, and we've got a 2v1 if they can use it. It's come to Basolo, and he couldn't get it under control. He's fallen over, and now it's a 2v1 the other way. De Philippus to Zebra, and that's it. What a finish that was from Batim Zebra, and that is just how quick a game of futsal can change. Both teams had golden opportunities at both ends, and the Northern Hawks were the ones to finish it all off. Batim Zebra, I think is that his second? Yeah, it is. That's his second of the game, so he'll be happy with that too. Well, I'd say back post tap-ins.
Very unfortunate for the Longobarda. Basolo not being able to control that ball in the 2v1. It's definitely one of the better opportunities they've had so far in this half.
I think at Longobarda, they actually might go for the fifth man play, as they did do it against Scarborough Sharks, and they did it quite well a few weeks ago, so we'll see what is the go. Nothing is moving on the benches of yet, but again, this game's flown by. I mean, only 8 minutes remaining. That's just because it's been so close and so frantic. I've enjoyed it. Fumato, he goes long, and
a little bit too high.
Yeah, he's hit the roof there. Fumato won't be happy with that one. Sherazam gives it to Castillo. Castillo to Audreyne. Audreyne, that's a lazy ball through the middle. Zeba.
He's finding himself in really good high positions today, Batim Zeba.
Yeah, it reminds me of Jordan Giacopo from last night. Some excellent off-the-ball runs. Maybe Zeba could be on for the MVP. 2 goals, who could put it past him? But then again, I'd give it to Rahimi from Longobarda. Even the losing effort, he's been exceptional. Longo, good chip forward, and Zeba flicked that one up, and what a save that is by Rahimi. I don't know how he got back down there and flicked it onto the post. Great save by Rahimi. But you can see again, Batim Zeba just causing an absolute nuisance up there. Saeed, and again Rahimi. Saeed again, and I'll say it, Rahimi, I actually think that could be about his 20th save of the game. He's been exceptional. And Castillo's got it. It's going to run out. Saeed to Rindell. Saeed to Castillo. Longo or Drain did just enough to get in body in front of Saeed there, and we'll see if Von Drain's done well there. And here we go. We said fifth man would be a play that Longobarda will try, and it looks like they're going to give it a go. 6 minutes remaining, obviously plenty of time. Ramley to O'Drain. We'll see how they go with it. We've got Ramley playing the fixo position to Sharazam. Sharazam. It's to Ramley or O'Drain on the far side. I dare say they should get Basola on. Get him on that left-hand side because he was so dangerous a couple of weeks ago on the left.
That's a good ball.
It is. Oh, straight down Fumato, and Fumato snatched at that shot a little bit.
I think Dan Fumato's eyes light up a little bit when other teams start playing fifth man against him. He's scored a lot of goals in an open net, saving shots.
Yep. Ramley to O'Drain. O'Drain to Berryan to Ramley. So Longobarda being patient with it. Only seems like they want to shoot when they are 100% sure it's on. Ramley to Berryan. Ramley, Berryan. They're just happy to keep it to Sharazan. That's good little intricate play there. Obviously not progressing much, but keeping the ball is good. Castillo chips it, and Fumato goes wide. And
he's getting closer.
If you've been a big fan of the Supa-Liga, you know how much Dan Fumato loves the goal. So he'll be kicking himself. He's had 2 golden opportunities. O'Drain did well there.
To press this fifth man play, and it didn't pay off for them.
Fumato, I think he restrained himself there from shooting. He's just kept the ball, but they haven't subbed the goalkeeper. So Sharazam will do what he can. I think if that was on target, he wasn't getting there. But will they continue to press here, the Northern Hawks?
Looks like they're going to.
So they are going to give it a good go. Sharazam. It's actually a good throw out. Houston and Ramley, and now we've got a 2v1. They've got to make this count.
Almost a 3v1. That little touch there from Rindell.
Rindell, yeah, so well defended. Literally just slowed the ball down. To Longobarda timeout. We'll go to a quick ad break and be back with you for the final 4 minutes.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Teams being called back on court. Referee Campos. And I think it's a Northern Hawks side ball deep in their defensive half. Was that a Northern Hawks timeout?
No, it was a Longobarda timeout. No, it wasn't Northern Hawks timeout.
Was it Northern Hawks timeout?
So obviously I think they were probably just talking about getting the right players on for the fifth man defensive play. I'm surprised Saeed hasn't stepped back on, but obviously they're going with who they know and what they trust and what's worked for them in the past.
Yeah, I do think that without Greg Farrell here, the Northern Hawks have been not mismanaging their subs, but they've just been managing them a little bit differently than they normally would.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't easy trying to coach and play for anybody, so you give them a little bit of sympathy.
And I think when you're on the court, you don't realise how much time is going by. The very start of that second half, they left a few players on the court for about 5 or 6 minutes at a time, which is really a long time in a futsal match.
But I think in the end, the quality probably has shown and shone through. Longobarda have been good in an effort that's probably going to see them lose, and that pretty much sums it up. This will finish it off. Lenovic, and it will. Adrian Lenovic gets his first of the evening, but
yeah, it's hard when you're trying to play a fifth man and the other team presses. I know how annoying it is. I think their best bet is probably to get someone running forwards and get in behind.
Yeah, but
and trying to play short.
Just giving it short and then giving it away through the middle, which they've just done twice there, is definitely not the greatest idea. You're better off just kicking it into touch. But Longobarda look like they are going to continue with the fifth man play. But I think it is going to be a losing effort, but it's definitely been not a waste from Longobarda. To be honest, the game probably turned its tide when they conceded the 7 seconds remaining before half-time. They've had their chances, so...
Yeah, look, like we said at the start of the game, the Northern Hawks don't tend to switch off before the end of the game, as some teams might. Just slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
They take it all the way to the last minutes.
Yep, and if Sharazam did well there...
Was a potential free
volley,
kick there.
yeah, hasn't been given. It's going to be a side ball. Gregorio gives it back to Shaz Ramley. So if you are watching and you're interested, in the next game we've got the Phoenix Futsal Club will be versing the Andinos. So it's a big game for both, as both teams have only got one win from their first four, and they'll both be expecting to make finals. So I dare say a loss for either, and it's game over this season. That's coming up next. Back live, we've got Longobarda 4-1 down, trying to muster up a comeback of all comebacks. That was a lovely parallel from Basolo, and less said about the second ball there.
Northern Hawks trying to get a cheeky free kick for not being 5 metres.
Yeah, so it looks like Longobarda have now got rid of Sharazam with the fifth man bib, and they've put Vorno Drain in one.
I will say for the Longobarda fifth man, potentially their two flankers are a little bit deep, not breaking defensive lines, giving Houston and DeFilippis the chance to put pressure on.
Yeah, they probably could come in a little bit and just let the boys at the back come back around and wrap around and get a little bit more space, but it's still good. I mean, we love to see teams going for the fifth man, especially when it's not working. They are sticking at it. Drain's slipping out. Basolo. Jelenovic, he intercepted Basolo there. And Basolo did well. Robbed Jelenovic and then left the ball behind. Basolo, he still got it somehow and giving it away. And just Houston, right place, right time. Jelenovic, well defended there by Idris.
It's a good effort by Basolo. It looks like he's one of the players on Longobarda that's really up for this match, even though there's only 1 minute left and they've got a 3-goal deficit. Still putting in 100% effort.
Jelenovic again is...
Bredemeyer's back on the court for the Northern Hawks.
Yep, so Longobarda, will they get the fifth man going again? Looks like they're going to try and get out the press first. They are being pressed very hard and they've done well there. Here we are, they're subbed off, so just having a look. I think probably Longobarda just need to...
They've got a 2v1 at the back and he's thrown it to the only defender on the court
and
in that half.
Yeah, Jelenovic had another chance to score. They could have had 4 or 5 on the day. Philippus, Saeed. Saeed will want to get his name on the score sheet as well. Yeah, it does look like when Longobarda play the fifth man, they are quite regimented. They kind of don't look like they're too fluent. They want to stay exactly in their positions and not really move around.
I think there was one
with Sharazam.
rotation.
Yeah, Sharazam on the near side. He give it a go, but hasn't been enough of it. Once.
And they did create a lot of space in behind with that one movement.
Yeah,
so
that's where the shot came from originally. So maybe if they can...
here as well, I can see Idris ignoring that diagonal pass to the fly keeper, which has been on a couple of times from my angle, which is almost the same angle that he's at.
100%. That was a very good save there from Dan Fumato. We should point that out. And that was actually a very well worked routine there from Longobarda. Gregorio really should have done better though. Vorno Drona is subbing off, and Rahimi, and with 14 seconds remaining, I dare say that will be that for the game.
Fumato going to play long. Gregorio, can he just get a consolation goal? Fumato says no.
And just like Longobarda in the first half, Northern Hawks do not want to concede again. And they'll do anything, it seems, now. And I know playing with Liquid Said, he's a big frother of the clean sheet, so he won't be happy about the one, but he won't want to concede a second. Ramley to Drain. 6 seconds remaining. Basolo tries to go straight to the back post. Bredemeyer, he could finish it off, but Vonner Train did well. And that is that for the first game of the evening. The Northern Hawks running out 4-1 winners for Longobarda, but Longobarda definitely did well in a losing effort, defended valiantly, and a special shout out to Rahimi in the Longobarda net. He was exceptional. I think probably making about 20 or so saves. So very well done by him. And on the other end, I'd say Northern Hawks Tomato was stellar as usual. Houston and Rindell weren't. They were a little bit quiet today, but it was a bit of a team effort to get them over the line. We'll just get the stats up now. So first one I'm going to have a look at is the shots. So Northern Hawks had 22 shots and 14 on target, and I'd say Rahimi stuck his head in front of pretty much every one of them. So, and then having a look at possession, it was Northern Hawks who probably deserved to win that game, looking at them stats overall. So we will be back in 5 or so minutes to see the Andinos try and put a stop to the Phoenix. We'll be back with you in just a minute.